y'all, this is an incredible story. Cannot believe. Sometimes, truth is stranger than fiction. Let's take a look.
Tonight, a miraculous rescue deemed a turning point in Davenport. 52-year-old Lisa Brooks suddenly appearing in her fourth-floor window Monday night, hours after the search for survivors was called off.
Wow.
We do not have any credible information at this time of anyone missing.
Despite family and friends insisting Brooks was still unaccounted for.
She's not anywhere, nowhere to be found.
But Brooks, who family says is disabled, was inside, spending much of the last 24 hours, her family says, in shock.
Dude, they sat there and said, sorry, yeah, there's no credible information anyone else is inside. So we cool. We good. Everything's good. What do black people say? They say, no, we got one in there. We got one in there. They say, no, there's no credible information anyone's in there. Well, guess what? The disabled black woman found a way to the window to prove that, guess what? She is the literal credible information that she is inside.
Cowering in her bathtub after a portion of the more than 100-year-old apartment building collapsed Sunday. Today, officials blown away.
Why wasn't she found earlier?
Right.
I am totally transparent with you. I do not know.
They say crews had combed this site with canines, drones, even thermal imaging, indicating there were no survivors left. So much so, the city announced demolition would commence this morning. Now confirming plans changed when Brooks emerged.
What did you think when you saw her in the window? I was crying.
That's her daughter!
Tonight, the city planning another search, now saying 2 people may still be trapped in the rubble. One of them, computer technician Ryan Hitchcock, his family pleading for patience.
Ryan wouldn't want anyone else to put their lives at risk to, unfortunately, somebody who probably has not survived.
Family say Brandon Colvin, a father of 5, is the other person likely trapped, adding that's his apartment, his rack of clothes visible from the street.
Wow. They have not exhausted all.
Clearly. Did they even try?
Make sure everybody is out of there.
The problem? The building, which the city says has a history of complaints and was under repair, is now being held up by rubble.
Be careful because this building is going to collapse.
All right, Maggie, we just heard it there. Time is of the essence. Any idea when that...
Yeah, okay, that's great. That's the problem. Time is of the essence. Guess what? You know what? We know that they see the people in that building as throwaways, right? Like, if this was the upper middle class or the upper class population, they wouldn't be saying, I don't know. I mean, we use some infrared. Like, what? We looked. We tried to look through the windows. We looked through the open holes. We used some infrared and we saw nobody. They're cool. They're good. We used drones to get to the places we had easy access to. Like, who cares about all the apartments we don't? And who cares about all the people who are actively missing? Who cares about their family members saying, no, I literally cannot find my family member. So if you haven't found their body, then I would like you to find their living soul. But one way or the other, you got to tell me where they are because this is where they live. And y'all, we're not going to do that until that disabled woman found a way, probably also injured because a whole building collapsed, and found a way from the tub to the window. And oh my God, what a miracle it is that building is still standing. Wow.
Next search will happen?
So, Tom, no set timeline for the search or the demolition. At the same time, we've reached out to the owner, and so far, no response. And new tonight, the city not ruling out the possibility of criminal charges against that owner, adding there will be a thorough investigation.
I mean, as soon as someone can explain to me, because obviously they've had the notices, they've gotten we've seen this a lot, right? It's actually happened several times now where whole buildings have come down and then the information was that, like, the owners of the building were well aware that either the buildings were built shoddily or whatever, some type of reinforcement was needed, whatever, and they just kept ignoring it and just kept letting it go until, horrible things happen and these buildings collapse as soon as they're under the tiniest bit of pressure, right? So we know that this has been happening until they start really punishing these slumlords. And I'm going to call them a slumlord no matter what the condition of the building was otherwise, because if you know that the building is unsafe and needs to be girded up, needs to be rebuilt in some way, and you choose not to put in that expense and that effort, knowing you've got dozens, hundreds of people's lives at stake, and you don't even let them know, hey, don't have your kids or grandkids ever here because, yeah, you all might die one day. Like, y'all are trash humans. Y'all are absolutely trash humans. Thank God this woman survived. Thank God, now because of her, they're going to actually search for the other missing people that they were just sitting there saying that they're entirely in denial of the fact that those people were missing. I'll give you guys updates as we have them.